All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to you. How about Shema Shah, by Shemar Kakodash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. It's the brother Barzal. And I just want to do a lesson on the war drums are beating. You know, the drums of war are beating. That's from a quote from Henry Kissinger. He made the statement, if you don't hear the drums of war beating, then you are deaf. We see the conflict with Iran and Israel is going up. You know, it has graduated to the next step of pretty much destruction. You see that they're having exchanges of missiles, you know, and yesterday Iran made this threat, which that's rumors of wars. Even if they didn't actually take action, they made this statement. There is a surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries. That was June 17th. Today is the 18th. But for the fact that they're actually pushing this energy, you know, they're pushing back, you know, and Israel is pushing buttons, you know, and making moves to get the United States involved, you know. And you can see through certain things where America is really trying to sidestep, you know, certain individuals speaking about it, America not getting involved, but they're going to have no choice. America will be involved in this Third World War. This is all going to spiral out of control. Russia's going to get involved. China's going to get involved. And this thing is going to go down in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the Most High's judgment. You know, all these nations will converge to the Middle East. Apostle are always going to it. These nations will converge. And this is where destruction and carnage in the Middle East will take place. So I wanted to speak on that and also just go through a few of these articles. I'm not going to go into the inside of them and really go through the full details, but I wanted to read the titles. But it says, there are signs that the U.S. military action in the Middle East could be imminent. Will Iran respond by using unconventional weapons? And I was thinking about this subject matter also, about the fact that Iran might not have the military expertise to fight a full-scale war with just using conventional weapons, you know, especially fighting America. They're going to actually open the full artillery inventory, whether it's carpet bombing, chemical. Look, this time that we live in is finna be, scripture speak about a time like no other. You know, the rules and the matters of war is not gonna say it's gonna be suspended, because I never heard the apostle speak on that. But a lot of things are gonna take place where we're not used to seeing. This is the Third World War we're speaking of. The First World War and the Second World War was absolutely devastating. If you look at the casualties, the numbers were ridiculous. In World War I as well as World War II. World War II was significantly higher than World War I. So the scripture says that in Isaiah 9:5, that it shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You have 3 potential trigger events which could cause the U.S. to get directly involved in attacking Iran. Violence spread to smaller cities such as Spokane as authorities brace for unrest in 1,800 U.S. communities for Saturday. Yeah, that's another situation with these different protests and riots. You know, you have this immigration situation that's taking place in America, as we all familiar with, and that's another thing. You know, so we have wars, rumors of wars, uproars of the people, you know, and the devil is going to come down with great wrath. All right, pursuing the 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. You know, we're in some very, very heavy times. The scriptures foretold of these things that were before us hundreds, thousands of years ago. You know, and we're seeing these things begin, you know, and right now it's still on a low scale. The scale of war is going to go up exponentially. So this is 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest. Yeah, so we're living in the end, and it's manifest. It's right in our faces. You can't avoid it. You can put your face in the sand and try to avoid it, but the proof is in the pudding. If you look at the conflicts, it's gonna drag more bigger nations into this situation. All right, and the Middle East is the hotbed, especially that area where the Strait of Hormuz, even the scriptures speak about the Euphrates. All right, all that in the Middle East is the zone. That's where the theater of war will take place. If you look into that, it's pretty much going to be the setting, and that's where judgment, Armageddon, the gathering or the mountain of troops, which the mountain represents government. Top governments are going to use their all governments that's going to be involved in this world war, and all of them going to, whether directly or indirectly, take place in this war, and they're going to use their military expertise to finish this war. And they're not trying to make it. They're not going to try to make this a long-standing war. They're going to make this. Apostles always speak about the end going to move fast, So we very, very close. We just have to continue to pray and fast, stay in the spirit, and watch. So with that, I'm going to end by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Rashah, Shema, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle, and others, a great millstone. Shalom, Akim.